Hey Survivor fans, coming to you from my back step. Yeah, before I started talking about the show, I wanted to just put a little shout out actually to this channel. If you're not watching the other people on the channel, go ahead and take a look at them. I don't know, I don't really look at the numbers, so I don't know who's getting the most views or anything, but you know, you've got Mike who does great play-by-play, you've got Rob, who does, you know, not so much play-by-play, but gives a lot of insight as to, you know, what he thinks about the different character types that we have on the season. And Deborah, even though she's only done one so far, hopefully she'll do some more, because I have always appreciated her views on things, even though she likes Russell and I don't. And also Kim, Daryl, Trevor, any of my friends out there that watch the channel, if you guys want to get involved in this, just send me a PM sometime and I'll tell you the password to this channel, and you can start posting Survivor vlogs too. Hey guys, welcome to Survivor vlog. You know, the biggest surprise for me last night while watching the show is I came away, I wouldn't say I'm a Philip fan yet, but I came away liking him just a little bit now. He actually seemed intelligent last night. He didn't do anything too strange, or, well, I mean, his chucking sticks at crabs, he's still doing that and still walking around in those underwear, but maybe I'm kind of getting used to the underwear, I don't know. But I still had to laugh at one thing, and this is just because I'm an English major. I do some writing sometimes, and you know, he's talking about Andrea, which I think he's pronouncing her name wrong, but anyway, he's talking about this could work out for she as well as I. Like, what? Anyway, yeah, last night's episode was great. I think the duel on Redemption Island was probably the best so far. Very intense. I read on Jeff's blog. I know I don't usually read anybody else's blogs or watch anybody else's videos until after I've done mine, but I did actually read Jeff's already. And apparently that actually went on for a very long time, and Christina nearly passed out, and but yeah, Matt finally pulled through and won the challenge, and so I'm happy. Matt is probably my second favorite player. Ralph is still my favorite, even though I don't think Ralph's got a chance of hell in winning this thing, but I really like Ralph. But I think every week Matt has a better and better chance of getting back into the game, and once he gets back into the game, hopefully he can take control of it and win it. So I like the little play between Matt and Rob during the challenge, though. You know, he's trying to get Rob to tell him what happened, why did I get voted off, and Rob is being, you know, elusive. Rob is just being Rob. Rob's not going to be completely square with anybody. That's just the way he is. I mean, look what he's doing to his closest ally, Grant. You know, he gets that immunity idol clue, and he has to run and hide it and pull out his other clue and say, oh, look, this is the clue that we just got. You know, he's playing games with everybody, and I don't know. He could go really far in the game. I mean, he's got the experience. He could go really far in the game. He could know exactly how to get there. Or this all could end up crashing down on his head. I'm kind of torn. Based on Heroes versus Villains, I really like Rob, but at the same time, I don't really like that Rob and Russell are on the season, so Russell's not anymore, but yeah, you know what I mean. So in a way, I kind of want to get rid of him as soon as possible, so I don't know. I'm torn as to how I feel about that. As far as the Zapatera tribe, I'm actually learning the tribe names now, Amatepe and Zapatera. As far as the Zapatera tribe, not really a whole lot to say other than those girls. Yes, they're causing some friction, and yes, they're probably, you know, because of the Russell seed and blah, 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 they could end up doing some damage to the tribe, but I think they're doing themselves a disservice by putting a distance between themselves and the other. And Krista said something incredibly stupid. It was the stupidest line all night, but I'll get to that in a little bit. I want to talk about the challenge first. What was that? I mean, why did Stephanie end up being the caller instead of David? It seemed like everybody wanted David to be the caller, so why did Stephanie end up doing it? I don't know. I don't know if David would have done any better, though. I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe he could, maybe he couldn't. You know, we really don't know. But he kind of came unglued, didn't he, when people suggested that he couldn't handle the pressure. You know, he is a lawyer after all, and love him or hate him, you know, you have to admit lawyers are typically pretty good under pressure. Not always, but typically. Of course, on the other hand, it's kind of different being in a courtroom where you're well-fed, well-groomed, well-dressed, etc., versus being on an island where you haven't really had a good night's sleep or a decent meal in days, you know. So, who knows? Maybe he could have handled it, maybe he couldn't. I don't know. I kind of like David a little bit. I wanted to say that, though. This season is probably going to end up being one of my favorite seasons. I just feel it already. I like more people than I dislike. Now, that doesn't mean I think they're all great players. Certainly not. But they're just likable. This is one of the most likable casts that I've seen ever. I don't care for Stephanie or Krista. Philip's kind of grown on me. I don't really like the two young... I must have a thing against young women. No, actually, I do like Andrea, so that can't be it either. Just the two young women on Rob's tribe just seem so lazy, and they don't... And like Andrea pointed out last night, they're very superficial. They're not really playing. They're just kind of sitting around and letting Rob and Grant do everything. And, yeah... I did have to feel for him, though, during that one shot where, you know, Philip and his ass is right in their face. I had to feel for them. I wanted to go back to the challenge real quick. That challenge was actually, you know, they do challenges like that almost every season, but that one was pretty well constructed. I liked it. I'm talking about the Immunity Reward Challenge. Not a bad reward. Being a coffee lover myself, that was a pretty decent reward. Anyway, let's get to the Tribal Council and Krista's stupid comment. She tells Jeff, these people aren't even playing the game. Oh, that's the Russell seed. That's the Russell seed I'm seeing right there. This notion that if people don't play the way Russell plays, then they're not really playing the game. That if you're backstabbing your alliances and getting rid of them before your enemies, that's how you're supposed to play the game. I don't get that mentality. Yes, Russell's way of playing makes more interesting TV, but Steve and his tribe, the way they're playing, ensures them a better chance of making it to the end. And that's really what it's all about. Russell never understood that. He thought it was all about being, you know, showing off for the cameras and making interesting TV. But you know, to win the game, you have to play the social game. And Russell never understood that part. And part of the social game is when you make an alliance, you stick with that alliance until it becomes necessary to get rid of it. If you think somebody is double-crossing you, yeah, get rid of them. When it gets down to there's nobody left but your alliance, yes, start getting rid of people. But when you've got this alliance of 6 people and there's these 2 people that absolutely want nothing to do with you, of course you're going to get rid of them first. It just makes sense. And yeah, Krista's right. There's a lot of little, or Stephanie, whichever one pointed out, there are a lot of little groups within the big group. I think she may have been right about some of them, maybe not. I don't know. She lived with them, I didn't, so she probably is 100% right. But that's going to happen. When you have a big alliance, that's going to happen. There's going to be small groups of 2 or 3, and they will splinter off. When they get down to where they don't have anybody left to pick on, they'll have to splinter off, and that's just the way Survivor's always been played, honey. You know, that happens every season. I think that's about all I have to say this week. Thanks for watching, and check out the other great people on this channel. Talk to you guys later. Bye.